Hey guys, Mish 9399 here. I just gone through and basically recorded the episode for Farming Simulator 15, the new one. Unfortunately, it would seem that I had a little bit of an audio issue. So this is basically a little voiceover to let you know what the story is. So we're just going to jump on into the career mode very shortly, and basically open up a new game and see where we head to, which is what I'm doing now. So we're going to open up this one. As you can see, I've already had a little bit of a playthrough on my own just to get to know the map a little bit, to get to see what else is new and bits and pieces. So we'll start off on easy. I'm not sure how you pronounce this name, but this is basically the map we're going to play through. As Westbridge Hills, we're going to sort of, take on through 2013's map, or maybe even do, I got the hiccups like no tomorrow. Sorry guys. And go through that map on another sort of season, because this is obviously the newer map. So we'll wait for this to load through, which should happen any minute now. Jump on in, which we'll do. We won't worry about a tour guide at this stage because I already had a little bit of a playthrough on it on my other one. So we'll hit no on that, and here we go. So that's just the little tour guide thing to say here I am and all the rest of it. So this is the little mini map that we get. One of the good things I love about it is it tells you where everything is. So as you can see, bottom right hand side we got the freight yard, middle bottom we got the biogas plant. Sort of mid-ish right hand side we got the grain elevator. Up the top right we got the transit company. Back into the middle of the field we got the biomass heating plant. We got the lumber yard at the top left along with the shopping office. Back down to the middle left we got the windmill. We know where the garden centre is down there on the bottom left, and we know where the shop is just below the biomass heating plant, which is fantastic. We also got the wool yard right in the centre there. Looks like we got the sheep right up the top right, and the cows down the bottom left. There's a few different areas throughout where we get bits and pieces. This is our new header that we get now that I've closed that little map. Quite a little upgrade from what we did have, so we'll go ahead and attach him. I have a little bit of trouble here trying to get the worker hired because I had to actually unfold the harvester, which basically is the top hatch, as you'll see in a second. Open up hopefully, and right about soon. Waiting for it. There it is. There's the little hatch that we have to open up. Now one thing I love once we hire the worker, in the Farming Simulator 13 we had the strip where we could bale, whereas in this one it actually has a little spreader at the back, so that way it doesn't clog up the cultivator when we go to cultivate it. Second. One of the things I love is see how his hands were moving in that as well. There's his lights going on. love how the hands move, that's pretty cool. So I think we're about to flick on through to the next tractor, which is probably going to be our trailer, yep. And after that we're going to head on through to the cultivator, yep. So watch this, guys. This is one thing I love about the cultivator and the new graphics. Once we attach it, which I forget to do, and lift it all up and let it rock and roll, and hire it down, how cool is it that it actually digs into the ground and shows that it lifts it all up and mulches it through and settles it back down. That's one thing I absolutely love about this new version of this. How good is that? I absolutely love that. And this is our tractor with the seeder. So I'll attach him up, load it up with some seeds, and get him harvesting one of our other fields. So as you could tell in the map, we actually get 3 fields from the start. We get 2 fields next to each other just here, and another one down a little bit further, which is where we were just cultivating at. That there's where you got the... I'm just about to jump out of the tractor and take a look to see what's down there, which I'll do, which is actually where we put our wood chips. Sorry, lost words there. Wood chips from our bits and pieces, and then we got our potatoes and sugar beets like before and like usual. And then over the back there, which I'll probably show you in a second, is where our silos are. It's a little bit different setup in the silos itself, in terms of how to actually get them back. There's a little pipe there that comes out, as you can see, and you actually go through and select what you'd like to get out. So in a way it's sort of better technology, I have to say. So we'll reverse up here to field 24, get it all seeded through, make sure everything's going well, and obviously get seeding. One thing I actually just noticed now, watching this back through and re-recording through it, voicing it over, I actually forgot to change it from wheat to canola, which is something that I wanted to do because you get a little bit more money, obviously, from canola than you do wheat. But oh well, it doesn't matter. Let's harvest another field of that, which I might do offline and redo that as canola. So I was trying to think of what I was trying to do. So this is a tractor that we had at the shop, which was just sitting there, which I'm going to bring back to the yard now, just to have. Where I was going, I think, at this stage. I think I stop here and actually go into the shop and go through a couple of bits and pieces about what's what. Sorry guys, I got the sniffles. Do I? I think I do. Maybe. Not sure what I was doing here, to be honest. Talking about something, obviously. I knew what back at our farm now anyway. Which is good news. All the money's made, hopefully. We'll transport back over to our harvester, which we notice is getting full. And yet again, I forget to attach my object. In this case, it's the trailer. So we'll get and attach him, and head on over and unload this guy. Now, one thing that's a little bit different in the trailer scenario is it doesn't automatically level itself out, so to speak. So when you actually put it in, where it's facing, it's going to drop it all. As you can see, it's not really filling up the corners. See how I'm trying to sort of maneuver it all through. Make sure it all goes in the right spot. So we're going to empty him through. Make sure it's all good. Oh, sorry guys, just doing a big yawn. So what do we do next? I think we're going to transport over to check how everyone else is travelling. I think. Yep. So here's the cultivator again. Now, one thing I hadn't mentioned so far is with the actual game itself, the vehicles show that they get dirty, same with the equipment. There's actually a placeable mod that you can get, well, not a mod, an actual placeable item that's actually in the game at this point in time, that you can actually wash your items with, which is pretty good. So that's probably going to be one of the first things that I'm going to get, along with obviously the fertilizer. Oh Jesus! Sorry guys, yawning again. How it shows everything. This is the point where I get in to show you all the bits and pieces in the new screen. So obviously you can see all the little bits and pieces there that we can go through and get, which is great. And I'm going to jump into one of them in a second to show you how it all is laid out. What am I going to jump in first? I think it was the fertilizers and the seeders and that. But yeah, this basically summarizes everything up to make sure that you know, we know what's where and what's what and all the rest of it. Obviously a couple of more slides where we got a few more equipment. Obviously, as you can see, we've got the forestry equipment there, chainsaws, wheel loaders and telehandlers, and a few misc items and whatnot. Placeable mods, that little item there, as you can see, is what I was talking about, is the washer, and how it washes your items off, which I jumped into. So that's obviously that there. And there's a few other bits and pieces there as well. And we got some trees and stuff that we can go through and plant, and then re-chop down to obviously make some money, hopefully. And what am I going to jump into next? So fertilizers, where there's only a couple in there, and they've taken out the 18 meter wide fertilizer and just put the 26, which is good. and then just the one with the larger captivity. Which is good. And same with the sprayers. They've only got the one backup tank and then the 24 meter wide. Sorry guys, just having a drink. What was next? I think I was going to jump into sowers, or was it trailers? Sowing, yep. So that's what we got at the moment. That's going to be a potato harvester as a 3 meter wide, which we might get into early on in the series rather than later. And then the next one across is our 6 meter, which is probably our next seeder that we're going to get. But one thing I've noticed is we're probably going to have to upgrade a tractor, because of the required power to pull it is different. As we move along, we got the 6 meter potato harvester. That there's for corn, I think, and also sugar beets. Yep, that one there as a 6 meter, which is good. Moving along, we got some larger items there as well, all the way up to a 9 meter working width, which is quite large. Trailer wires themselves, they've eliminated a couple, summarised it up. So our starting off one is a 8,500 captivity, which holds pretty much anything. And then when we move along to the next one, that goes to a 2,100, 3,200, 40,000, 45,000, a 46,900, 47, and 55, and up to the big guy, which is 59. They haven't got the bigger ones at this stage. I'm not sure whether they may do an update in it to add more bits and pieces, or whether there might be some decent mods. And this is our big truck with a lot of power behind it that one day we'll get along with that massive trailer we just seen. Look at that power they've got. 440 horses. Wow. Tractors themselves, we've got 2 of each of those first 2, which have a little bit of power underneath them, but not a great deal. We got the burr still in there, which is good to see. We got a few New Hollands, which is some newer tractors that they've incorporated, which is good. You got the Yers, or Hearse, I'm not sure how you pronounce it. You got the Linda there, which is probably my favourite out of the last lot that they had. New brand I should say, coming through. We got some sames there, and the Case IH. A few more New Hollands. We got our Lamborghini, which is fantastic. We got the Doots Far. I think that's how you pronounce it. New Hollands again, there's quite a few of them. And then up to the Big Daddies, which is your Case IHs. And a couple of the New Hollands up there as well. Good to see. So I'm going to get out of this one shortly, I think. Maybe. Maybe. Yep, so I think I was going to have a look at some cultivators as well. Yep. So as you can see, that's what we got at the moment. I think the third one up, which is 29,000, is going to be probably our next one we're going to buy, which is 6 meters. But again, looking at the power that we need to pull it, we're going to need quite a large tractor before we can do any of that. So I think tractors are going to be a big thing that we need to look into to get sort of the right power for the right tool, which I'm glad they've incorporated in. And I think they go right up to a 10 and a 12 meter working width in the cultivators, which is fantastic. Good to see some bigger items in there. So we'll jump on out of that, going through a couple of bits and pieces, and I think we were going to wait for this guy to finish off. This is our harvester. After I do a couple of S-turns, and then we're going to basically sell off our wheat and get some cash back. Start making some money. Just back into Big Daddy, our big harvester, ready to rock and roll. Love the graphics coming out of the back of that. Close off the pipe, I think. Yep. Jump on into the other trailer. After we manoeuvre this one, I think we're going to take him up to the other field that we're seeding. And get him ready to harvest that one. Which we won't do in this episode. As it's getting late. And, dropped the mic again. And it's been a long day for myself. Been all around the countryside delivering in the hot, hot heat. Love how the tyre marks in the ground as well. So to show you what's what. I was going to go down there, but I decided not to because it's a fair steep drop. So we're going to go and head to the silos. Pick up some more wheat. I think we're going to also open our little map up to see where's the best place to buy wheat as well. But before we do that, I think we're actually going to drop this off. I can't remember what we were going to do before we started to sell all this off. I think this was the point where I looked at the clock and it was a little bit late, so I decided to basically sell off all the wheat to get us some money back in. So this shows the weather and the finances and the news, which is good. You can see there we've got a few running costs, some wage payments. Other is going to be the seeds that we've purchased, totaling up to $1,113, which gives us our balance of what it says there, which is just over 10 grand, or just under 11. So we'll jump on through to the next screen in a second. Once we get there, yep. And here we go. So this shows us all the bits and pieces. It even shows us the price of silage, which is pretty good, at $3,188 per ton, which is pretty darn good. We got the wood chips there as well at the biomass heating plant, which is in the centre of the field, I think. Sugar beets, potatoes, corn, canola, barley and wheat are all in there as well. So we got a decent amount of everything, which is good. And we're going to sell off all the wheat. So we got 885 there. We're going to move along to the next screen in a second. Where the grain elevator has it for 1,339, but the windmill has it for 1,374. So not a big difference between the prices, but hey, it's still a bigger amount. So we're going to jump on out of that, chuck a U-turn. After checking out the fields to make sure they're still going. And load on up. So at this point in time I wasn't too sure how to actually extract the goodies out of the silos until I go underneath it where we can start filling. Press R, which I'll do in a second, yep, and you can actually scroll through and it tells you what we've got in there. So we're going to do wheat obviously, fill our trailer load up and go through that, sell all it off. This is where I'm working out where the silly me. Anyway, we've still got a decent price for it, so that's alright. There's only a few dollars difference. I'll have to remember that for next time. So guys, I'm going to end the voiceover here. Let you guys watch the rest of it because it's pretty much me just going backwards and forwards between the two. And then I'm pretty much just going to end the episode after it, and that's pretty much it. So guys, I've been Mish9399. Sorry about the dodgy voiceover. Hopefully I can get that sorted. I probably should have done a sound test just to make sure everything was working, but oh well, we've done it now and hopefully you enjoy it. So I've been Mish. I hope you enjoyed the episode and the video content. I'm probably going to record another video tomorrow and get it out either tomorrow night or the following day to get that out for you guys. So I hope you've enjoyed. I've been Mish yet again. I've said 500,000 times. If you've liked the episode and you'd like to see more, please hit that subscribe button and hit the like button. It shows me that you guys are enjoying the videos and supporting me, which obviously therefore means that I'm going to give you guys better video content. So I've been Mish9399. Hope you've enjoyed, and adios.